Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is my first video in the jersey series. This one is NHL Authentic versus Replica jerseys and the differences between them. There will be a couple other ones. I'll talk about Replica jerseys over the time and how they change, also compared to NHL jerseys, but this one will be strictly looking at the current NHL Replica jersey and how it compares to the authentic counterpart. So just off the very top, there are 3 current jerseys available for adults to purchase through the NHL. And they are the Replica jersey that can be seen here. They're the Indonesian made authentic edge jerseys, which I unfortunately don't have to do part of the video on, but I'll explain it and kind of show some differences of it from what I can do. And finally, they have the authentic jerseys, which are as close as a game jersey as you can get. There are slight differences, and I'll get to those as well. But let's begin on going over the details for the Replica jersey itself. Now, the NHL is extremely frustrating in trying to piece together all the different types of Replica jerseys. And what I mean is there are a bunch of different material types, different jersey cuts and different styles and quality levels for jerseys that the NHL has sold since, well, forever, but especially since when they switched over to the edge style in, I think, 2007. But what I'm going to do right here in this video is go over the major and the primary replica jersey you can buy, which is just the Premier Replica jersey. I'll do a video, like I said, on that other one in a different video because there's too much to cover, frankly. So I'll begin with this one right now, which is a normal Vancouver Canucks Premier Replica jersey. This one is customized with Ryan Kessler. I don't know where the customization was done, and this isn't my jersey. So thank you very much, Matt, who is my girlfriend's brother, who let me borrow this to actually do this video on. So first of all, we'll begin with the crest. The crest itself is sewn onto a crest. All the detailing is all sewn in. I'll zoom in on this a bit. So as you can see, the detailing is very nice with the twill background and the shiny stitching, and it's multiple layers. As you can see, it's very nicely done. This is very close, if not identical, to the authentic jersey. I don't have a Canucks authentic jersey in this style, so I can't show it next to each other. The thing with this logo is it's not sewn on. So majority of Premier jersey logos are not sewn on. They're just put onto the jersey and glued in through a heat press. So it's like press into the jersey and the glue bonds it, and that's how it stays on there. Now, next we get to this Vancouver Text, which, as you can see, is a very thin piece of material. So yeah, as you can see, it's a very thin piece of material, and that is not sewn on either. So that is probably done in the same process as the crest, which is heat press on with glue underneath and put into place. The next feature that is on the majority, well, the standard Premier Replica jersey is the Jock Tank, as you can see here, which tells you the sizing and just some information about Reebok and the NHL shield. I don't understand why this is on replica jerseys. It looks weird and there's no point to it. Like, a lot of people will just actually cut, or see, this one actually is sewn. You can see tiny details. So they'll actually go through here and cut the stitching so they can take it off so it looks more like a normal jersey. And then on the sleeve, you have Reebok's branding on the sleeve there. And finally, we'll get to the actual inside, which we got. This is the default NHL Reebok branding on the inside, so the tag. So as you can see, made in Indonesia with the sizing and the silver stripes. I'm not sure if this carries on for all of them for many years or what is with that, but that's how this Premier is. And actually, one final thing is the cut of the jersey itself. On the bottom, it is cut on the edges, as you can see here. Now, there's different authentic jerseys which have different cuts as well, but none of the new ones have a cut in this way. They're all together So some of them are square, some of them are rounded. One of the big reasons I'm not a fan of replica jerseys is because of the material and how it will pill. And what pilling is what can be seen on this 1.0 jersey, where the material sticks up and gets caught. So you can pull it out. Now that happens when material gets snagged on something. It happens with Velcro on equipment, things like that. And this jersey, because I used it for a while, is just full of them. And I'm not like upset about that because I wore this one as a game, and that's an Edge 1.0. Sorry, I wore it as like my jersey while playing net, hence all the puck marks. But the problem with the problem with the replica specifically, is that you can find jerseys in stores with pilling on it. And right now I'll overlay an image of an Oilers jersey I found while looking for a replica jersey. And actually when I purchased this, that had pilling on the shoulders just on the shelf. And for me, if I'm spending the money on a replica jersey, that I would want it to last and wouldn't want that to happen. The materials on the Edge 2.0 and the authentic jerseys are stronger and more durable for that, so it doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen as often. They will rip by all means, but you really got to try to rip them, whereas with these, if it just gets caught on Velcro on your, like from your coat, then it could start pilling and you would get all these little annoying pieces of material popping up, and to me that's not the best look. So we have the shoulder crest. Now, I'm not sure if all of these are done like this, but this one is actually sewn in, which I was quite surprised at. And hopefully you can see the detailing. And this is a crest, so one piece of material with screen printed designs on it. So this isn't multiple layers. This is just all screen printed. The problem with this is if you wash it a lot, or if you put a lot of pressure on it, this will smudge and run and be ruined. This is so light too that it's so thin that it could crease very easily. So that's not the greatest thing as well either. But that's the crest on there. So next I'll be talking about, actually, sorry, one more thing. So the crests on these seem to be very close to the authentics for all of the jerseys I've seen in the replicas, except for one jersey. And that was the Washington Capitals W Winter Classic jersey that they wore against Chicago. I believe that was 2 years ago. Now that crest was so thin that when you could go like this and it would crinkle. So right now I'm gonna overlay, or right after I finish talking here, I'm gonna overlay that, where I found one of the jerseys in a store and I was crinkling it. And when I saw that jersey the first time, my girlfriend's a huge Capitals fan, so I tend to buy her, or she has a small collection of Capitals jerseys because of that. And I was gonna buy her one of those Winter Classic ones because she really wanted one. But after seeing how that crest crinkled, I told her she wasn't happening and went out and bought an authentic one for her because it was so bad. But that, from what I've seen, is the only crest that is different than the actual authentic jersey crest. I'm not sure why that happened. Even the last year Winter Classic with the Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens, the Bruins logo is a fuzzy bear, which I'll also overlay right now. It is a fuzzy bear, and that bear is the same as on the authentic jersey. So they went into all that work to get that fuzzy bear right, and yet the W, which is just a piece of twill, was done incorrectly on the Capitals one. So it's very odd. All right, so now I'm going to just cut into that video I'm talking about for the Capitals one, and right after that, we'll jump into the next style of jersey. Now, I don't have an Indonesian Edge jersey, but I think the closest thing to one that I have, and it's fairly similar, is actually this Reebok just player, it's like their team replica without the crest jerseys that you can get for like just your team wear basically. So this is a goalie cut made in Indonesia. The tag isn't the same, but the arms, the shoulders are very similar. So that's what that is. The main material to me felt very similar, which is slightly softer than the replica. The back is the exact same. This one has the double shoulders, and I think it has double elbows too. I'm not positive. Goalie cuts are always kind of odd for that. It doesn't have double elbows. So this one does have the double shoulders, like the normal Authentics do, where I can pull across from each other. But this, like I said, this material is very similar to the Indo material. And the thing also on the side, as you can see, cut is together. It's not cut, so it's like more of that style. Just to show you the sleeves as well. It's more of a stretchy material. Now, the one way to tell an Indonesian edge compared to a made in Canada authentic jersey is through the actual tag on the inside. So it will be similar to this green tag here, but it will be much longer across, just like the normal replicas where it goes all the way across like this. That is how the Indonesian ones will be, but in green. And it will say made in Indonesia, Reebok, and then the size on it. So it'll say, for this one, it would say size 58, and it would show up right there. Now, this one is a made in Canada, actually team issued jersey, but all the Stadium Series stuff had green logos, or sorry, this green piping on the inside. Don't really know why, they just did. So yeah, I'm not sure why they did, but the Indonesian edge is kind of more like this jersey. This one doesn't have a fight strap, but the Indonesian edge ones do, and they are different than the actual authentic ones. So hopefully that sheds some light on it. Like again, I don't have an Indonesian one to actually go over it. From what I remember, the logos are very similar to the real ones with slight quality differences, same with on the shoulders, but I think they're sewn in. But again, I'm not 100% positive. If I ever do get one, if I get a chance to get one for cheap, I'm actually bidding on a couple right now on eBay. If I win them, I'll do a video of them again to show you the differences. All right, so now we'll go to the Canadian made one. All right, so this is a made in Canada authentic retail jersey. And the way you can tell if a jersey is a retail jersey for authentic ones, for most of the cases, is if there's a logo on the inside. So as you can see, it has a logo kind of similar to the replica one. Right there. Different colors, but nevertheless, same idea. There is no Jock Tank logo, as you can see. Now, team issued or game worn jerseys or game issued jerseys don't have this Reebok logo on the inside. The reason being, they're not meant to be sold as like on shelves, so they don't really need that. They still have the sizing on there, but it's blank there. The Dallas jersey I showed you is a team issued, so it has that. So let's just talk about the 2.0 for the time being. So we'll look at material differences, which is the 2.0 is, so here we go for that. So the 2.0 is more of an air knit material, and this one is more durable, it doesn't pill as much, and it's better breathing when playing, but it is a bit heavier. But that's the trade-off. So the logo is, again, layers. This one will be layers of twill sewn on to a single piece. And then that single piece is sewn on to the jersey itself. And we can see that by looking on the inside and seeing the stitch lines. See, whereas the replica one isn't actually sewn on here. As you can see, it's just glued and there's nothing on the inside. Now, I kind of chose a poor jersey for this one because it doesn't have shoulder patches, but I'll grab one that does. And actually, while I'm here, this is a game-worn Islanders Stadium Series jersey, but this was actually their third set, so it wasn't Stadium Series. As you can see, it has no tag on there. But what I'm looking at for this one is the shoulder patch, which will be right here. So as you can see, this is a big glaring difference between the two. This is all sewn on details onto a piece of twill, while this one is screen printed. This one is also sewn onto the jersey. The replica one is too. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but this one it is. And as you can see, sewn on, and we looked at this one before, sewn on. It's okay again, sewn on. All right, so I'll flip this over really quick. So the back materials are the same on replicas versus authentics. As you can see, this one's just shinier. And the thing that this one does have is a fight strap. And you can see the stitching on the fight strap. Now that's authentic jersey, have fight straps, that's what they do have. And this one should be able to show you the double elbows. See that stitching? That is for the extra layer of elbow. So it goes right here. And then the double shoulders as well. Show that off as well. So you can grab a piece of this, pull it apart. And I'm actually like grabbing the exact same spot, and you can pull it apart like that. So that's the basis, the differences for that. So one final thing about the authentic jersey versus the replica is I mentioned the cut on the side. As you can see, the authentic jersey has no like break between here, while the replica does. Now, authentic jerseys have different styles and how these are. Some are flatter, like I said. Some players get them tailored, like Crosby, so it doesn't have the big tail on the back. See this tail? Like this is called like the duck tail because it looks like a duck tail. But anyways, so this sometimes gets tailored so it's straight across. But that's about it for the replica jerseys, or authentic versus replica. Another video I'll do is showing Adidas replica and authentic versus the authentic and the Reebok authentic and replica. And we'll do some more there too. We'll get into customization as well for replicas, but because there's such difference between them, I'm not going to include them in this video because it will probably take a while to go over, or at least it'll be a bunch of different information. So that's about it for Reebok Premier replicas compared to the authentic jerseys. Hopefully it was informative. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my Twitter, which is at MattSave1. It's linked in the description. Instagram, which is at Hockey Reviews. And subscribe to me on YouTube. And again, check out my website, hockeyreviews.ca. Again, thank you for watching. And check back more for more jersey videos. Take care.